Surprise! What did you think? Did you think that on Friday, when they're releasing brand new spoiled Legends of Runeterra cards, that I'm just going to release other content and not talk about these cards? Duh. Come on, let's be real. I am so souped for, oh my god. All right, so my favorite champion in League of Legends is Volibear. So I cannot wait until he is in card form. They're actually redoing him as a champion in League of Legends, but that's a different story. My second favorite champion is Sejuani. So I'm pretty souped that they finally today revealed Sejuani and a whole slew of other Freljord cards. So I'm pretty excited, and that's what we're going to go over in this video, is mainly Sejuani. We're going to go over her effects. I love her effect. I think it's not necessarily broken, but I think that it definitely it makes for some interesting play types and some different deck archetypes, and it seems to work very well with Ashe, so we'll keep an eye out for that. Also, we have another new keyword, so that's 2 new keywords in this set, and we haven't even seen the new region yet. Holy crap, am I excited. In the meantime, if you're new, my name's Justin, also known as Shit Just Works, and today, on the day of the spoiler, we are releasing, for the first time ever, 2 videos in one day. That's right. Why? Because I'm that excited for all these new cards. So if you're as excited as me and you like the video, smash the like button. Let's get into all these cards. So we're going to get into Sejuani last. All right, we're going to save the best for last. First up, we have Ruthless Raider. Ruthless Raider is a 2 cost, 3 attack, 1 health, tough, and overwhelm. So honestly, I think this is a pretty good card as far as aggro decks are concerned. Now, I do think it's balanced. When you compare this to something like Vanguard Defender, which is 2 cost, 2 tough, still has a similar stat line. It's taking 1 health, putting it onto the attack, but it's also gaining overwhelm. And the reason why it's still balanced is mainly because things like Mystic Shot will still be able to actually kill this, which is kind of disappointing. This does combo well. First thing that comes to mind, I don't know if this is good or not, but let's say you have a Vlad Freljord deck. This, you're actually able to play as an early drop minion to be aggressive, because if it does get hit by Vlad's effect, it's not going to die. Plus, you're doing more damage to your opponent's face because it has overwhelm. So I can see maybe, oh man, Vlad might be good. Things are coming. Good things are happening. And to follow that up, we have Ember Maiden, which is a 3-drop, 3/2, but at the start of every single round, you deal 1 damage to everything. Now, let's remember here from the old Avalanche days, pre-nerf Avalanche. Avalanche used to do 2 to everything, which includes face. So keep that in mind. So again, this works very heavily with a sort of face, aggressive Freljord Vladimir deck. I see things happening. I don't know. I personally loved the Freljord Vladimir deck. It was one of the first videos I ever made. Link is below in the description. Love that deck. Check it out. Also going to be a card. Oh god, that way, up top. And this will work incredibly well with that archetype. So very happy to see a card like this made. It gives another AoE effect. Instead of being forced to play the Crimson Awakener, which was really the only other reliable follower that you could play with an AoE effect. So very, very happy to see this excited. And the fact that it deals 1 to everything also excites me. But it does worry me that that might get nerfed to not be face and only be followers, similar to Avalanche. And we are just on the, we're on the Vladimir train today. We are on the bandwagon. We're getting on this deck right when the patch drops. Now we have Sturm. Now we have Stormclaw Ursine. And this is just screams Vladimir again. Trifarian Assessor, anybody? Any of the, the 5 attack decks that's already been going around, to be honest with you, the Noxus Ashe decks with the 5+ attack. This synergizes so well. First off, you have a 6/6 body for 5 costs, which is incredible. The only thing really beefier than this is Tark has the Tribalist at a 5/8. But that also does deal 1 damage to everything. So 6/6 in general is very, very strong. You have Radiant Guardian that's a 5/5 and has lifesteal and tough. So to me, they're putting the overwhelm plus the effect in line as a little bit. It's a little bit less powerful as having tough and lifesteal. I tend to agree with that. Overwhelm is obviously a very specific strategy. You usually have to be just going face and being super aggressive, not really worried about card advantage. So I do think that at the end of the day, this is balanced. It worries me a little bit. We're going to say it's balanced for now. The effect of 5+ all get overwhelmed. This to me also screams finisher. It's a beefy body, so you can't just remove it to get rid of its effect. You could play this on 5 mana, and now your entire board has overwhelm. It's a good chance you're going to be able to kill your opponent, depending on what type of deck you're playing. So I'm very curious to see what deck archetypes come from this. I don't even know if this would be played in a Vlad deck. It's just kind of an aggressive 5+ power deck. This might be played in that Ash Noxus deck that that's going around now. Who knows? Great card, and reminds me of Volibear. So I am hoping and praying that one of these sets soon has Volibear in it. All right, the moment you've been waiting for. We have all the Sejuani cards, and first up is her champion spell, Fury of the North. All right, so this is like Brahm's Take Heart. Very, very similar. It's a 4-cost burst spell. Give any ally 4/4 only for the round. And that's what makes it substantially less good than Take Heart. I shouldn't say substantially. It's still very good, buffing 4/4. It's similar to back-to-back in that regard. So back-to-back, you split it in half. It's basically valued as a 3-cost +3/+3. This is a 4-cost +4/+4, only on 1 unit. So very, very similar. Back-to-back was very good at 5 mana before they nerfed it to 6. This is 4. So overall, I think the card's okay. I don't think it's, insane or anything like that. All right, and finally, Sejuani. All right. Oof. All right, so she's using the new keyword. All right, so first off, when she is played, you are frostbiting any enemy unit as well as giving it vulnerable. And what vulnerable does, oh God, wrong side, it's right there. All right, I'm going to put a little snippet of the quote of what Riot says it is. And basically, you are making it so that whatever unit you targeted, you can challenge it with any of your units. And that's pretty cool. So it's a little different of a way of looking at Challenger. So I kind of like how they took a keyword and flipped it like that. Kind of makes you think of what they might do with other keywords in the future. So all in all, I love the keyword. I do think it's better than the other keyword, Scout. And on top of that, you have a 6-cost, 5/6 body. So she's pretty beefy. I will say her level up is a little hard to get, I think. Depending on, so like, let's say you paired her with a Vladimir deck. Generally speaking, people pair Vladimir with Braum. This might get people to pair Vladimir with Sejuani. I don't know. I mean, we have to see all the other cards, right? But I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult to level up Sejuani than people think. And what I really mean by that is it's going to be difficult to splash her in a deck. Your deck is going to have to revolve around dealing damage to your opponent's Nexus in order to actually level her up quick. Her effect does synergize very well with things like Rhymefang Wolf. You can go ahead and challenge the unit. And in fact, you don't even really need Rhymefang because Rhymefang has Challenger and now the unit's vulnerable. So in all reality, it's allowing you to get free damage onto any unit with any one of your units. It's giving all of your units Challenger. So as long as you have a strong enough unit on the board, so let's say you're playing this in a 5+ power deck, generally speaking, in that kind of deck, you'll probably just be able to kill that unit, unless, of course, they have some sort of spell to counter it or another Frostbite in return or something like that. Now, I can understand why, with her level 2, it's so hard to level her up. This is why I also say it's hard to level her up, because there's no way in hell they'd make this that easy to level up with this effect. Her level 2 effect is not at the start. Every round, the first time you deal damage to the enemy's Nexus, you Frostbite all enemies on their field. That is incredible, especially when you consider something like pairing it with Ash. An Ash Sejuani deck might be a pretty big thing. Now you're not just relying on Crystal Arrow for that 1-turn kill to go in on your opponent. You have a leveled up Sejuani that can activate every single turn and get this effect off. So on top of that, she's obviously a 6/7 body, which is an incredibly large body. She's tanky as all heck, just like in League of Legends, and she's going to be super, super hard to take down. And that's it. We have more spoilers. And all I could say is I'm excited for Monday. Monday, we're going to have more spoilers probably coming down the pipe. I can only hope. Hopefully next week they have more than just 2 days worth of spoilers, because I was definitely disappointed that they only had Monday, Friday spoilers. We'll see. But you can bet your bottom I'm going to be on top of that like white on rice, and I'm going to be releasing a video on all the new cards they spoil. So until next time, everybody stay healthy, stay positive. I hope shit just works for you, and peace out.